Hey everyone, it's Nicholas Wilton at Art to Life. I wanted to talk to you about this idea of how to kind of rejuice yourself on what you're doing, and it's something I do when I get kind of stuck or just things are kind of getting a little ho hum. I'm standing in front of a picture that is it's sort of an experiment. This is a piece of canvas, and I'm just working on it. I worked on it on the floor. I've worked on it in different places because it's just a piece of canvas. Usually I work on a board, and it's this really thick canvas. I forget the poundage of it, but it's super heavyweight and it's gessoed. And now, so I'm working on this thing, and it's loose. And what's cool about it is that now I'm going to take this and I'm going to crumple it up, and I'm going to glaze it, and I can do some things with it that I normally can't. You know, I can fold it and put it in dye and do all this stuff with it, which is it's kind of great. It's just like I can use it like a cloth almost, you know, and then cut it and glue it back on and all kinds of things that I'm interested in doing. And what this does for me is I think what I do, and I do this probably, you know, every quarter, I do a piece of art that is the opposite of what I normally do. I take something and I approach it completely differently. Just if I paint normally thick, I'll try and do it thin. If I paint small, I'll paint large. If I paint bold, I'll paint quiet. Whatever it is, if you can kind of write down the things that your work is and how you work, then if you write down those 6 or 7 characteristics, then write down the opposite of those characteristics and do that. Do a painting like that, start a picture like that, and it is incredibly stimulating. It is so refreshing, and every time I do it, it ends up having a huge impact on what I normally do. My new normal becomes hybridized a little. It affects what I do moving forward, and otherwise I tend to just kind of get in this groove of, you know, everything's kind of turning out, and everything looks like mine, and it's this consistent thing, which it's funny because that's what everyone wants. Like a lot of artists, you know, I want my work to be more consistent, and I'm telling you, it's a drag because everything for you, you know. So you want to have that, but you want to build in a way to mix it up and make something the opposite of what you normally do. You can't help being yourself. It's going to look like your work, even if you do all those things that are the opposite. So if you're used to painting with really light colors, and so the opposite of that is painting a really black, dark, really rich colors, just because you never do it and that's not what your normal work's like, those qualities will make you feel alive. It'll feel great, and you're going to learn a ton because you're going to be in this new space, this new headspace with it, and often you learn something in that then you bring in to your normal work. It always changes it. So this is really exciting for me because it is just super thick paint, and it, you know, I'm absentmindedly, it kind of looks like things I'm done, but I'm just going to totally do stuff to this that I never get to do. And part of that was just that it's not even on a canvas board, and that's really different. It's just this loose thing. Anyway, that's just sort of an idea, a workaround that might be helpful for you. I'm doing this, I do this, gosh, you know, every couple months I do it, and it's what leads usually to my breakthroughs or the changes that the work needs. So anyway, let me know, how do you, you know, how do you get your work fired up? How do you shift it? How do you change it in your normal day-to-day practice? I'd love to hear your ideas. This is actually a really important thing that I would love to get help on because I teach this a lot. And there's a bunch of different ways that people have of doing it. So I'd love to hear your way. And also there's a link. So go ahead and please leave a comment below about that. And as well as if you are interested, you can join our free Facebook group, and that would be awesome too. Thanks a lot. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Okay.